Ladies and gentlemen, our ceremony will begin in 10 minutes. I say again, our ceremony will begin in 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. The ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in 1 minute. I say again, the ceremony will begin in 1 minute. At this time, you should make your way to your seats and prepare for the beginning of the ceremony. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Pasco-Hernando State College. My name is Dr. Mark McKinney. I serve as the Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at the East Campus of PHSC, as well as Chair of PHSC's Investiture Ceremony Committee. On behalf of PHSC's faculty, staff, and administration, it is my honor to welcome you to the investiture of PHSC's 5th President, Dr. Jesse Pisors. Now, please join me in welcoming our Chief Academic Officer and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Daniel Powell.
Thank you. New beginnings are filled with excitement. A heartfelt welcome to the presidential investiture of PHSC's 5th President, Dr. Jesse Pisors. Although Dr. Pisors started his presidency over a year ago, enthusiasm has spread as we write the next chapter of Pasco-Hernando State College. Today, we are honoring the tradition of excellence and embracing change to build upon this foundation as we celebrate with this presidential investiture of Dr. Pisors. An investiture is a formal academic ceremony that officially gives a new president their authority as a symbol of their office. It is one of the oldest traditions in academia that celebrates a new era for the college while also honoring our rich history. Rituals normally associated with commencement will be integrated into the ceremony to add a majestic statement as we invite colleagues and friends from all over to celebrate the official transfer of power to Jesse Pisors, who has already provided outstanding leadership this past year. During this special once-in-a-decade event, you will hear remarks from a variety of stakeholders that represent our community that are vital to our success. Please stand as we begin this ceremony with a grand procession of honored guests to celebrate this momentous occasion. And now, please remain standing as we applaud and welcome our distinguished guests and speakers to the stage. Now, the PHSC Public Safety Color Guard will present the colors. We are honored to have in our presence this morning Dr. Robert K. Glenn, a dear friend and valued mentor to Dr. Pisors. Bob Glenn is the president of the University of Houston, Victoria, where Dr. Pisors previously served as vice president. Dr. Glenn came to Victoria, Texas in 2018 after 10 years of service at Athens State University, where his great-grandfather, a Methodist minister, preceded him, having served as president of the institution when it was still a Methodist institution in 1902. Starting his career as a hall director, Dr. Glenn served at 5 other institutions: Birmingham Southern College, University of Northern Alabama, Missouri State University, Middle Tennessee State University, and Athens State University. Dr. Glenn's wife, Laura Whitehurst Glenn, is also with us this morning. Please remain standing as Dr. Glenn will now provide the invocation.
I would ask that you join in praying with and for one another. Heavenly Creator, Lord of ages, source of boundless compassion, we rejoice in this time of celebration when we come together to celebrate the community that is Pasco-Hernando State College as it welcomes Jesse Pisors in his new role as president. We lift up and affirm Jesse and his family as they accept this new role. We lift up and affirm the students, faculty, and staff together who form this community of learning. We ask that you bestow upon Jesse and those who work with him towards common goals the discernment to understand the leadership expressed in the Gospels, that it is like water meant to be shared with those who thirst, that it is not about controlling, but rather listening and connecting, that it is about giving care to those who need it, that it is about welcoming others into the community, not keeping them out, that it is hard to define, but he can be the one to define it with justice, that there is abundance when we share and famine when we withhold, that it is not about an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but rather the turning of the cheek as often as necessary. We lift up this man and this community of learners for your blessings, but also for you to touch them in such a way that they never forget what they are here to do, and that is to welcome each student as they are and help them get to the future they and their families see for them. Let this celebration renew the spirits of each member of this community and revitalize their efforts to move towards the greater good of this community, this state, this nation. Bless us all, family, friends, students, faculty, staff, and supporters, as we share in the joy of this new beginning. We pray in the name of your Son, who showed us a path of servant leadership, if only we can accept it and follow it. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Glenn. Please remain standing as one of our very own students from East Campus, Tristan Johnson, who serves as chapter president of Phi Theta Kappa, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tristan. I'm now pleased to invite our Executive Director of the Instructional Performing Arts Center, Dr. Lauren Murray, and her husband, Dr. Robert Murray, to perform the national anthem in a unique trumpet oboe duet.
Good morning. It is truly an honor to have all of you here today as we celebrate the investiture of Dr. Jesse Pisors. My name is Lisa Richardson, and I have the pleasure of serving as Vice President of Advancement, Innovation, and Strategic Partnerships. Please take your seats. Before we move into greetings, I would like to take a moment to recognize some of our distinguished guests. We are honored to have many individuals here today who have played a key role in supporting our institution and the success of our community, some of which we will have the privilege of recognizing throughout the program. At this time, please join me in welcoming the District Board of Trustees. Board Chair Marilyn Pearson Adams, Vice Chair Rebecca Shilkowski, Dr. Gino Kalura, Ryan Brady, Lee Maggard, John Mitten, Nicole Newland, and our student representative on the board, Krista Knowles. It is my privilege now to recognize two incredibly important families who are here with us today. First, we would like to acknowledge the family of the late Dr. Milton O. Jones, who served as the first president of Pasco-Hernando Community College. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Alice Jones and her daughters, Nancy Brown and Laura Tibbles. We would also like to recognize Miss Robin Judson, the daughter of the late Dr. Robert Judson, who served as college president from 1994 to 2005. Please join me in extending a warm welcome and deep appreciation to both families for their continued support and legacy of service they have shared with PHSC. It is now my honor to recognize our elected officials or their representatives who have joined us today. Their presence is a testament to the strong relationship our college shares with community stakeholders. We are grateful to have with us Luis Laura-Suente, representing the office of U.S. Senator Rick Scott. Bob Hatfield, representing Congressman Gus Bilirakis. Suparna Narayan and Danielle Latte Vidal, representing the office of Congresswoman Laurel Lee. PHSC Foundation Honorary Board Member Ed Blommel, representing the office of Florida Commissioner of Agriculture Wilton Simpson, whom we will hear from in a few moments. Dr. John Legg, Superintendent of Pasco County Schools and PHSC Distinguished Alum. Dr. Ray Pender, Hernando County Schools Superintendent. And Mike Wells, Pasco County Property Appraiser. Your support of higher education continues to strengthen our institution, and we are honored that you are here today. At this time, we will hear greetings from a talented and inspiring student who represents the bright future of our college, Miss Emelise Feliciano. Emelise currently serves as the Student Government Vice President for East Campus, and most recently was elected to serve as the student representative on the PHSC Foundation Board. As a student leader, she has shown exceptional dedication to her academic pursuits and our campus community. Please join me in welcoming Emelise Feliciano.
Good morning. My name is Emelise Feliciano, and it is truly an honor to stand before you as a proud PHSC student, as both a member of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and of the Future Business Leaders of America. PHSC is more than just a college. It's the home of community, excellence, integrity, welcoming, and success. Just within this past year, in 2024, there have been 500 students to graduate from this institution, 4 nationally recognized students, and even 1 internationally recognized student. It's known that at PHSC, Your future starts here. Dr. Pisors, your leadership marks an exciting new chapter for our institution. Your dedication to student success, innovation, and community involvement is already making a difference. As students, we look forward to the opportunities your vision will bring and the ways you will continue to elevate PHSC. On behalf of my fellow students, I extend our warmest congratulations and best wishes to you as you embark on this journey. We are excited for the future under your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Emelise. That was beautiful. Now, please join me in welcoming to the podium Faculty Senate President, PHSC Foundation Board Member, and PHSC alumna, Dr. Misty Price.
Good morning, esteemed colleagues, students, staff, trustees, alumni, and honored guests. It is my distinct honor to stand before you today as we welcome and celebrate the investiture of our new president, Dr. Jessie Pisors. This moment marks the beginning of a new chapter in our institution's journey. Investiture ceremonies serve as a bridge between the past, present, and future, a reaffirmation of our collective commitment to academic excellence and service. Today, as we officially welcome Dr. Pisors in this role, we recognize the tremendous responsibility and opportunity that leadership brings to our institution and community. As faculty members, we are entrusted with the noble mission of preparing students for an uncertain future that is driven by critical thinking, creativity, and adaptability. We serve not only as educators, but also as mentors and lifelong learners. Our institution is a lighthouse of teaching and service that guides our students to meet challenges at this critical time in our history. President Pisors, on behalf of the faculty, I extend our heartfelt congratulations and warmest welcome. Your leadership arrives at a pivotal moment in higher education, one that calls for bold vision, collaborative spirit, and steadfast dedication to the ideals we cherish. We have read about your accomplishments, been inspired by your vision, and are eager to embark on this journey with you in shared governance. We look forward to working together to foster an environment where academic freedom thrives, faculty are supported in their teaching endeavors, and students are empowered through their transformative education. Dr. Pisors, may your tenure be full of wisdom and discernment, and know that we are here to support you. Congratulations and welcome to Pasco-Hernando State College. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Price. I would now like to invite Interim Campus Provost for the Porter Campus at Wiregrass Ranch and PHSC alumna, Mrs. Shauna Kincaid, to the podium to share her greetings.
Good afternoon, all. After 22 years of service at this college, it is my great honor to accept this invitation to speak on behalf of the staff on this momentous occasion. Maya Angelou, poet and author extraordinaire, once said that people will forget what you say, they may even forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Several years ago, many of us were sitting in this very same room during an all-college day presentation when PHSC's third president, Dr. Katherine Johnson, said to this college community, "Your faculty and staff will treat your students no better than you treat them." On that day and in that moment, we felt appreciated and we felt cared for. Those same feelings were evoked within mere months of Dr. Pisors stepping into his presidency when he embarked on a college-wide listening tour, taking time to hear our concerns, to hear our ideas, to allow us the opportunity to share our thoughts and our expectations. We once again felt heard and appreciated and cared for. For that, Dr. Pisors, we say thank you. You can get there from here, and I will see you at the top. We know the phrase well, as we've heard it quite frequently from PHSC's fourth president, Dr. Timothy Beard. His message was simple, yet immensely powerful. It was an assertion that PHSC is not just a choice, it's the premier choice. PHSC is a pathway to not only a bright future, but endless possibilities. When we heard the phrase, we felt a sense of pride, a sense of connectedness, and a sense of excellence. Those same feelings emerge when we hear our fifth president, Dr. Jesse Pisors, say, "There is nothing more important than what happens in the classroom." It is a staunch reminder that the work we do collectively as staff to support the learning process is essential and incredibly impactful. It feels good to know that we are doing quality work to enable student success. For that, Dr. Pisors, we again say thank you. Whether it's the feelings of trust and admiration that we felt under Dr. Judson, or the excitement of our institutional future that we experienced under Dr. Milton Jones, all of those feelings have once again resurfaced as Dr. Pisors has taken his place at the helm of this great institution. As a college body, we say thank you. Thank you for your integrity and your transparency and your authenticity. Thank you for your leadership, your encouragement, your advocacy, and your prayers. We look forward to traveling this journey with you to take this great institution to new heights. May God bless you, your presidency, and may God continue to bless this great institution.
Thank you, Shauna. It is my pleasure to now introduce the president of Seminole State College and the Florida College System College of Presidents Vice Chair, Dr. Georgia Lorenz.
Thank you, and it is such an honor to be part of this college's celebration today and this community celebration today. So on behalf of the Council of Presidents, I want to welcome and congratulate Dr. Pisors in his new role. We are so happy and so proud to be able to count him as a member of the team supporting the great 28 Florida college system institutions. And in just this short year that we've had the opportunity to work with him, he's already made so many valuable contributions to our work. And I look forward to many, many years of working alongside him as a colleague and friend, and know that he will be bringing great things to the Florida State College system. And as evidenced by the strategic plan that was presented this morning, will also be bringing great things right here to Pasco-Hernando College. So thank you for being a great colleague and an outstanding leader, and we look forward to all the contributions you're going to make to the Florida State College system. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lorenz. Now please join me in welcoming the Chancellor of the Florida College System, Dr. Kathy Ed.D.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction, and a wonderful good morning to everyone here. Trustees, honored guests, President Pisors, family, friends, and all the past, present, and future Bobcats that are here today. I'm Kathy Ed.D., and I am very fortunate to be the Chancellor of the Florida College System, and so very honored to be here, as is everyone, to join you for this special celebration. Today marks both an opportunity to look at and remember the wonderful and rich history of PHSC, and also remind everybody that so many wonderful opportunities are on the horizon. As Chancellor, it's also my pleasure to welcome President Pisors as the fifth president of this outstanding institution, and also to our family of the Great 28, our excellent Florida College System. As many of you know, Florida College System is comprised of 28 exceptional institutions that now serve nearly 680,000 students across our great state. Our colleges provide access to the highest quality, affordable academic and career pathways that transform lives, bring innovation and new life to communities, and drive our state's flourishing economy. President Pisors has already shown himself in this first year to be a dedicated leader and a true friend of education. He's embraced the mission of the Florida College System wholeheartedly and brought his passion and expertise to all of our conversations and already contributing to the great success of our great system. Some of you may already know this, or you may not know this, but U.S. News & World Report has ranked Florida as the #1 system of higher education in the nation. And not just this year, and not just last year, but for 8 years in a row. This ranking is impressive, for sure. We love rankings. Who doesn't want to be #1? But it's important because the ranking is based on the success of our students. It's based on rankings of measures of access, affordability, and student outcomes. And that's why we brag about it so much. So you think that it would not be easy to jump right into a system like ours, #1 in the nation, even if you were coming from Texas. But with his impressive track record of fostering innovation, prioritizing student needs, and his collaborative spirit in community partnerships, Dr. Pisors has fit right in. And from my vantage point as chancellor, as I said, I'm very fortunate to see the 28 together in their collaborative and successful manner. I am really confident that those same characteristics that make him such a great fit in Florida also will ensure that Pasco-Hernando State College will continue to thrive under his leadership. I have to say just for a moment that, like President Lorenz mentioned, I did not know that we were going to be regaled with a strategic plan this morning at the breakfast. And some people hear strategic plan and they think, oh my goodness, but I love one, especially, I don't know what that says about me or what it says about your plan, Dr. Pisors, but it was a marvelous plan, not only because it was comprehensive and spoke to the very mission of the college and the system, but it was done in such a collaborative way. All of those things that I had planned to say about Dr. Pisors in the paragraph that I just said, all of those were evident at that plan this morning and by everybody's attendance here today. So it is my great pleasure, on behalf of Commissioner of Education Manny Diaz Jr., the State Board of Education, and our Division of Florida Colleges, to congratulate you, President Pisors, on your investiture. And I also congratulate this hard-working Board of Trustees and all of the students, faculty, and staff here today that make PHSC such an excellent institution. From my vantage point as Chancellor, the future here is very bright indeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Hebda. Our next greeting will be provided by our PHSC alumnus, State Representative Randy Maggard, who very much wanted to be here today in person, but was not able to do so due to his work in Tallahassee. I ask that you now turn your attention to the screen to hear from Representative Maggard.
Hi, I'm Randy Maggard, State House Representative and proud Bobcat alumni. I want to congratulate Dr. Pisors on his investiture today and look forward to working with him and his staff in the future. We have done great projects together already through our nursing program and other appropriations that we have come together to forward the future of PHSC and for our students and citizens. Again, welcome Dr. Pisors to Bobcat Country.
It is now my pleasure to introduce someone who plays a pivotal role in the continued success of our college, the chair of our foundation board, the Honorable Barbara Jo Bell. Thanks to her leadership and support, the foundation, with assets exceeding $75 million, has been instrumental in advancing the mission of PHSC by raising critical funds and fostering relationships that make a lasting impact on our students and community. Please welcome the Honorable Barbara Jo Bell.
I think I may need to adjust this. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests. My name is Barbara Jobell, and I am a county court judge in Hernando County. And most importantly, I am the chair of the foundation board for this amazing institution, Pasco-Hernando State College. I am so honored and privileged to be here on behalf of the foundation board for this momentous occasion, the investiture of Dr. Pisors as our president of Pasco-Hernando State College. For those who may not know, the foundation board supports the mission of PHSC by supporting student scholarships, programs, library resources, faculty and staff development, and academic equipment. Over the last 50 years, the foundation, through generous donations from our friends, has been able to fund not only $1.4 million in scholarships annually, as we have done this past school year, but also academic program growth, instructional technology projects, professional development opportunities, as well as a plethora of other worthy academic efforts. When asked to speak at this morning's investiture ceremony, it made me take pause and reflect upon my own investiture over 2 years ago as a county court judge in and for Hernando County. At my investiture, the word that weighed heavily upon my heart that day was gratitude. A sentiment I wholeheartedly feel is shared with Dr. Pisors. Though I know how grateful you are to be here with us, Dr. Pisors, we are equally, if not more grateful, to have you as a member of our Bobcat family. Your leadership, guidance, knowledge, and passion have sparked and ignited an excitement in all of us on the foundation board. Your passionate leadership has already inspired greatness in our foundation board, and we are beyond excited about the future of our Bobcat family. And so for you, sir, we are grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara Jo. We are so grateful for your many years of service to the PHSC Foundation. Next, representing Pasco County, it is my honor to welcome the longest-serving member of the Pasco County Board of County Commissioners, Jack Mariano. Please join us at the podium, Jack.
Well, good morning, Bobcats. Good morning, distinguished guest speakers. Good morning, Dr. Pisors. It's a great day in Pasco County. We'd like to congratulate you on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners for this blessed occasion. We extend our warmest welcome, and we look forward to working with you, fostering a stronger connection, and building that relationship all the way through. You have an incredible team here to support your endeavors, but always feel free to reach out to myself or any commissioner, whatever you might need. This college is critical to the linkage of the future of our country. It's important for us to nurture these students and build an even stronger, more vibrant community together. And I can tell you with Dr. Pisors, he's a fellow Rotarian. As you saw before, he transferred over, he jumped into our Rotary, full steam ahead. And we do a lot of great charity work. We just had a Wild Game dinner. And as people come into the club, one thing they always have to do the first day there is they wash pots and pans. This servant leader was out there working with the troops every step of the way and helped us raise between $200,000 and $300,000. Dr. Pisors, you are a servant leader. We're glad to have you. And I'm sorry to tell that story, but I thought you all needed to know what a great man he is.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Commissioner Mariano. You have always been known as a dedicated and hardworking commissioner, and we appreciate you taking time to be with us this morning, even though that meant stepping out of part of today's commission meeting. Next, representing Hernando County, I would like to welcome Ashley Holfecker, Chief Executive Officer of the Greater Hernando Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you on behalf of the Greater Hernando County Chamber of Commerce as we celebrate this historic moment for Pasco-Hernando State College. PHSC has long been a pillar of opportunity, innovation, and progress in our community, and I have no doubt that under Dr. Pisors' leadership, it will continue to expand its impact. For decades, PHSC has been more than just a place of learning. It has been a partner in shaping economic and workforce landscape of Hernando County. From training skilled professionals to supporting local businesses with workforce development initiatives, PHSC plays an essential role in strengthening our region's prosperity. The college's dedication to preparing students for real-world success is not only admirable, it's vital. The Greater Hernando County Chamber of Commerce deeply values our collaboration and partnership with the college, and we look forward to working together in the years to come to support businesses, innovation, and ensure that Hernando County continues to be a place where businesses and individuals and enterprises can flourish. Dr. Pisors, we welcome you and look forward to working with you and all at Pasco-Hernando State College to help build brighter tomorrows for the students, our business partners, and the dedicated faculty and staff here at the college. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Ashley. Our bonds with Hernando County are so very important to PHSC's past, present, and future. Now it is my privilege to introduce a truly distinguished alum of our college. Tim Moore graduated with his Associate in Arts degree in 2009 and has since achieved remarkable success as CEO of View Technologies and founder of Diamond View Studios. Throughout his career, Tim has remained a dedicated supporter of PHSC and a mentor to our students. In 2016, Tim was recognized as PHSC's Distinguished Alumnus of the Year. We are honored that he is here to celebrate with us today, joined by his beautiful wife, Ashley. Please join me in welcoming Tim Moore.
Thank you, Lisa. Well, this is a special place for me because 15 years ago, I started my business on the East Campus in the library, Diamond View Studios. I Google searched how to start a business and started it there. But I was missing one thing. It was a professional video production company, but I didn't have a video camera. In fact, I couldn't afford one for the first year. So I was borrowing my buddy's camera and building the business here as I was going to school. But that year for Christmas, I got a nice present. I thought it was going to be a toaster oven. It was about that size. But I opened it up, and I realized that my girlfriend, who was also going to PHSC with me, bought me a professional camera. And this was an expensive camera. I looked at her, and I said, how could you afford something like this? She was working at Cold Stone Creamery, scooping ice cream. And she said, well, I took every check for the last 6 months, and I put it together and bought it. And I thought, oh, man, I'm going to have to marry this woman. And so we've been married now for 12 years. That's Ashley there on the front. But she was my first big investor. That made a big difference. But I opened a little office in Tampa. It was about 300 square feet, kind of the size of a large closet. And we had a telephone and a computer in there. And the first day we hooked the telephone line in, it rang. I picked it up and said, this is Diamond View Studios, could I help you? And it was someone from St. Pete who wanted to come over and see the place. And I thought, oh man, it's my roommate's there. I'm like, they want to come see our new office. And he said, well, it's a real customer? I'm like, yeah, and he's not related to us. This is like, this could be a big deal. So he said, well, invite him over. So I said, well, come on over. And he said, I'll be there in 45 minutes. Luckily, our house was a minute away, so we got in the car, we went in, we got changed. I look over at John, and he's got on a three-piece suit. And I'm thinking, John, we're not going to a wedding. He said, you got to look good if you want to get the deal. I said, you're right. So I put on a three-piece suit. I look over at John. he's got glasses on. I'm saying, John, what are you doing? You don't even wear glasses. He goes, you want to get the deal? You got to look smart. I said, man, you're right. So I got on glasses. We walk out looking like Dumb and Dumber. And we show up right before the guy gets in, and he takes one step in and he says, what the hell is this? I said, it's Diamond View Studios. He said, where's the studio? No, I'm sorry, we don't have a studio here yet. You know, that's just the name. He said, you don't have a studio, but you're Diamond View Studios. I said, yeah, we just got the camera like a few months ago, bud. And he looks at us, he goes, you guys are a bunch of phonies. And he walks out the door and it slams. And it hurt because he was right. You know, we went home that night, that mile back to the house felt like 10 hours. And we came in the next day and we wrote something in Sharpie on the top of the door. It said, we're not there yet, ... but we're coming. And, you know, for us, that was the motto. It was like, hey, look, this is the beginning. One day we're going to have a big studio. And guess what? The next year, we didn't. In fact, 2 years later, we didn't have a studio, or year 3, or year 4, or year 5. But today we've built 45 studios in the last 3 years. You know, thank you. We're the fastest growing studio network in the world today. And it's incredible to look back, because you know what they won't write about is the girl that got the camera, or John Fay telling me to be student body president over at East Campus, or Katherine Johnson, you know, hiring me for my first video over here, the commercial for the campus, or Dr. Beard and Wendy took me in like family. You know, they won't tell you about Bob Bade on the retreat to Saddlebrook, the lesson that he taught me that I'll never forget. But all those times were the beginnings that made me who I am today. And so I'm really grateful for PHSC. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Tim. What an honor it is to have you and Ashley with us here today. It is my honor to introduce a dear friend of the college. Please join me in welcoming Florida Commissioner of Agriculture and former President of the Florida Senate, alumnus Wilton Simpson. Joined with us today by his lovely daughter, Lauren, and son-in-law, Kenton Monbaron.
You know, I knew I was going to be next after Tim. You can't top that. First of all, I'd like to say, off script, we have been ranked #1, I believe, 8 years in a row. It's something that we are very proud of here in the state of Florida, and I think Representative Alvarez is actually here. I don't think he was recognized earlier. I'd like to recognize him as part of the legislature. Thank you for being here. And it is amazing how quickly Dr. Pisor worked into the #1 system. I mean, coming from Texas, that had to be a pretty tall stretch. Well, good morning. It is a privilege to join you here today for this special occasion. Moments like this mark the beginning of a new era, not just for an institution, but for the students, faculty, staff, and the entire community that it serves. Dr. Pisors will bring with him an extraordinary depth of experience, more than 25 years dedicated to higher education, strengthening student success, and fostering meaningful partnerships between colleges and the communities they serve. His record of leadership speaks for itself. In past roles, he helped grow enrollment, increase access to education, and generate philanthropic support that expanded opportunities for students. And now he brings that same commitment and expertise and passion for education here to Pasco-Hernando State College. Here in Florida, we recognize that strong educational institutions are the foundation of a thriving economy. PHSC plays a critical role in preparing our students' workforce, creating opportunities for students of all backgrounds, and strengthening the industries that power our state. That's why it's important to have a leader at the helm who understands that college's success is directly tied to the success of its students and its partnerships with local businesses, industries, and community leaders. Dr. Pisors understands this better than most. His career has been about building bridges between education and opportunity, between colleges and communities they serve, and between students and their futures. His passion for leadership, strategic planning, and student success has already made an impact across the country, and now he has brought this opportunity to bring the same transformational leadership to PHSC. This college is more than just a place where students come to earn a degree. It is a pillar of the community, a place where lives are changed, and where people gain the skills and knowledge they need to contribute to a stronger Florida. Under Dr. Pisors' leadership, I know that PHSC will continue to thrive, expand its reach, its impact, and its ability to serve students in new and innovative ways. Dr. Pisors, on behalf of the state of Florida, congratulations on this well-earned honor. We look forward to your leadership, to your vision for this institution, and working with you to ensure that Pasco-Hernando State College continues to be a leader in education and opportunity for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Simpson. Our next speaker, PHSC Professor Emerita, Dr. Carmen Bell, served as full-time faculty at the college for 24 years, teaching English, philosophy, and ethics. Dr. Bell has composed a poem specifically for this special occasion. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bell to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. This short poem was composed at the request of Dr. Pisors just for this occasion. I hope his preference for poetry to elevate events important in the history of an institution will become a trend among colleges and universities. The title of the poem is Retrospective. So here is Retrospective. A gallery of memories, like photographs or images from poetry, cascade across the landscape of my mind. I am a part of all that I have met, then and now are closely intertwined. Vignettes of childhood, bathed in sepia tones, hang upon a canvas of all that I have known. Wisconsin whiteout winters, warmed by family love. An icy pond, boys on skates, a weakened sun above. Countless cuts of hay piled high in summer's dusty heat, pushing myself one more to bale to make the day complete. The donor-funded scholarship that summer of '92 that changed my life the moment I stepped on campus at ORU. Juggling jobs and classes, meeting the love of my life, marrying Nayeli, becoming husband and wife, I knew I had found the direction my childhood dreams had foretold when my alma mater hired me in my first professional role. I am a part of all that I have met. No roaming with a hungry heart. At 22, my course was set. On lifelong learning, a guiding star, illumining paths to travel far, beyond the boundaries of my safe, familiar world. Teaching, learning, and persevering to reach academic goals. In Mexico, I led a school and mastered Espanol. We welcomed the birth of a daughter and son, blessings from heaven sent. We wondered which one someday would become a college president. On this day of fulfillment, I rejoice in the sweetest of deaths. To family, mentors, colleagues, and friends, I am a part of all that I have met. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bell. Now, for the moment we've been waiting for, the formal presentation of the College Mace and the Presidential Medallion. The Mace and Presidential Medallions are both symbols of academic authority and tradition. Once characterized as a weapon of war in ancient Egyptian art, the mace symbolizes the authority of the college and traditions in higher education that transcends the tenure of an individual president. It is typically carried in academic processions and displayed on campus. The Presidential Medallion is bestowed upon the college's chief executive officer, who may wear this at commencements or other important academic functions to recognize the significance of the leadership role. Together, the mace and medallion represent the authority and the tradition of the college. To celebrate the tradition of excellence and history of PHSC, we are honored to have our President Emeriti with us to assist with the Mace and Medallion. Dr. Timothy Beard, who served as president from July 2015 to January 2024, and Dr. Katherine Johnson, who served as president from January 2005 to June 2015. These President Emeriti will accompany our District Board of Trustees Chair, Ms. Marilyn Pearson Adams, to ceremoniously transfer the leadership to our fifth president, Dr. Jesse Pisors.
He promised me he would bend over so I could put that medallion on, and he did. That was a good job, so thank you. Good afternoon, faculty, staff, fellow trustees, students, and distinguished guests. Is it an honor and a privilege to stand here before you today on this momentous occasion as we celebrate the investiture of our new president, Dr. Jesse Pisors. This is a day of both reflection and anticipation as we honor the legacy of this institution and look forward to the promising future that lies ahead. On behalf of the entire District Board of Trustees, I want to extend our heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Pisors. We are confident that under your leadership, our college will continue to flourish and remain steadfast in its mission to provide transformative education foster community engagement, and inspire excellence. Your vision, integrity, and commitment to our students and community are what will drive us to new heights. This investiture is not only simply a ceremonial occasion, it is a dedication of the future that we are collectively building here at Pasco-Hernando State College. It symbolizes a moment of renewal, a time of reaffirmation, our commitment to the students and the broader community that we all serve. Our students are the heart of everything that we do each and every day. With Dr. Pisors' leadership, we can be assured that our mission will remain unwavering and focused on providing excellent, affordable, and accessible education. To Dr. Pisors, as you take the mantle of leadership, know that you have the full support of your District Board of Trustees. We look forward to working together to realize the shared vision for this college and to make lasting impacts on the lives of those that we serve. Once again, congratulations on this significant achievement. Today marks the beginning of new chapters in the proud history of Pasco-Hernando State College. May this chapter be one of continued success, growth, and service to our students and community. Now, please join me in welcoming the 5th president. Is that exciting? The 5th president of Pasco-Hernando State College, Dr. Jessie Pisors.
Thank you, everyone. There is no greater trust that one has in one's assistant than turning the page of a binder on a podium and knowing that the script will be there. Thank you, Autumn. Greetings to the students, faculty, staff, and trustees of Pasco-Hernando State College, and to many friends from near and far who have gathered to show their support for PHSC. So many have added to this special event by their attendance, their efforts, and their financial contributions. I'm so grateful to each of you. In particular, I would like to thank several people who traveled from outside Florida to be here today, indeed from Texas, Commissioner Simpson. First, Lydia Estrada Martinez, my mother-in-law, who probably traveled the farthest, coming from Parral, Chihuahua, Mexico. Muchísimas gracias. Dr. Bob and Lori Glenn, good friends of ours from Texas. Dr. Carrie Phillips and her husband, Chris. Dr. Phillips and I were colleagues in the doctoral program and have collaborated professionally. Eve White, a former colleague of mine from Texas A&M University, San Antonio, is here with her husband, Chip. And a family friend and former colleague and fellow alumnus of Oral Roberts University, Dawn Ward. Thank you. I want to thank the All College Day and the Investiture Committees, 2 groups of faculty and staff who have worked tirelessly to plan a special day of team building and professional development for all PHSC employees in conjunction with the Presidential Investiture. If you serve on either of those committees, All College Day or Presidential Investiture, would you please stand so we can thank you? Committee members, thank you. Thank you. I would particularly like to mention and thank Dr. Mark McKinney, Associate Dean of our East Campus. He really did a lot of the work of pulling this ceremony together in particular. Thank you, Dr. McKinney. One thing I have learned in my first year as a college president is that presidents do very little of the work of the institution. The work of this college is done by some 500 full-time and another nearly 500 part-time personnel. It is the expertise, dedication, and passion of my 1,000 coworkers who make this job an absolute joy. Therefore, I salute you, the faculty and staff of Pasco-Hernando State College. Leadership at a college is not incarnate in one person, but is strategically dispersed in a manner that best serves our mission. PHSC is blessed to have 37 members of our President's Administrative Leadership Team, from associate deans to campus provosts and from senior directors to vice presidents. These leaders keep this ship on course. I could not be more grateful for all that they do each day. If you are a member or ex officio member of PALT, please rise so we can honor you. Thank you. It's good to give people a chance to stretch their legs in the middle of these ceremonies. A tip I learned. The senior group of executives who work most closely with me are known as my cabinet. They're brilliant, committed, experienced leaders without whom I simply could not effectively lead this college. Dr. Daniel Powell, Mr. Brian Horn, Dr. Lisa Richardson, Mr. Andrea Brevnik, Mr. Tom Hull, and Mrs. Teresa Montañez, please stand to be honored. Thank you. Broad oversight of Pasco-Hernando State College is invested by the state of Florida in our Board of Trustees. Representing Pasco and Hernando counties, these individuals provide guidance for me and the college. I am truly blessed to have such a competent, committed, and caring board. Thank you very much. As a new president, indeed. As a new president, the support I have felt from the Florida Department of Education and my fellow state college presidents has been invaluable. Chancellor Kathy Hebda, thank you for being here today, and always thank you for being there for PHSC. Dr. Paul Brody, Dr. Georgia Lorenz, Dr. Ava Parker, and Dr. Tanja Williams, presidents of Santa Fe College, Seminole State College, Palm Beach State College, and St. Petersburg College, respectively. Your presence here today means more than you know. Thank you. Thank you. To Dr. Katherine Johnson and Dr. Tim Beard, I am deeply grateful to share this stage with you. Much of what PHSC has grown to become evolved under your leadership, and it's an honor to walk the halls that you walked and build on your legacies of leadership. Commissioner Simpson, our alumnus and unrelenting supporter, we are so proud and honored to have you with us today. Thank you. Most importantly, there is no one who has supported, encouraged, or loved me like the love of my life, Najeli, my wife of 29 years, who is sitting here in the front row and made me promise not to make her stand, so she will not stand. She never got me a professional camera or a toaster oven. She is quiet but strong, often at home but always with me. Brilliant but not boastful. Creative, honest when I need honesty and honesty the most, and willing to support me to the ends of the earth. Te quiero mucho. Now, to provide a brief glimpse into my formation as a leader and pay tribute to past presidents of mine, I would like to share 5 pieces of advice from 5 presidents under whom I once worked. In 2015, I served at the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown. I had paused my doctoral studies, and I found myself lacking motivation to continue. Dr. Jem Spector, who was my boss then and is now in his 18th year as president of that institution, told me emphatically, "Finish that doctorate." These were literally the last words he said to me after he said his final goodbye when I was leaving for an opportunity in Texas. Those 3 words ignited something in me that carried me through the completion of my doctoral degree years later. The lesson: we will never know the power of 3 words. Dr. Vic Morgan, now retired, served as a public university president for 24 years. It was he who gave me my first opportunity as a vice president. When he recently told me that he would not be able to join us today, he challenged me with this, quote, "Always remember that the most important people at an institution are the students, and make your decisions accordingly," unquote. This may not sound novel, but I know that if I let these words guide me, my footing will be sound and no decision will be too difficult. You met Dr. Bob Glenn a short time ago as he offered today's invocation. I truly wish we had more time to hear stories of his meeting Lori, his wife, about growing up in the parsonage. Good stories. Dr. Glenn was my second president at University of Houston, Victoria. He encouraged me to pursue the presidency, and he served on my dissertation committee. He may not even remember this particular piece of advice he gave me. I was in the Tampa airport a couple of hours after being selected as PHSC's next president, and I called him with the good news. Remember, Dr. Glenn said after congratulating me, it's not about you. It's about the institution. It's never about me or any one of us. It's always about all of us. Dr. Cynthia Matson is now the president of San Jose State University. She was my first boss at Texas A&M University, San Antonio. She was one of the most passionate, energetic presidents I've ever known. One day, when I was reporting on some successful fundraising effort, she said the following: "Success has many fathers, but failure is an orphan." Dr. Matson did not invent that phrase, but it was the first time I had heard it. And as a president today, those words remind me to care for the orphan, to take responsibility for and address that institutional failure that no one wants to own. Successes will have fans aplenty. I must look out for that area where we are not yet where we need to be. Thank you, Cynthia. Dr. Linda Schott served as interim president of Texas A&M University, San Antonio. Our time working together was not long, but her impact on me will be lifelong. There was one moment that impacted me more than I thought it would at that time. Dr. Schott and I were sitting together at an event, and it fell to me to take the stage and give a brief greeting. When I returned to my seat, she said simply, "You looked very presidential up there." It was a fleeting comment that I doubt she remembered making even a day later, but it wasn't that way for me. For me, it was affirming, encouraging, and lasting. And today I am challenged with this question: who do I need to affirm, lift up, or encourage like Dr. Schott did for me that day? As I have often said and will not cease to repeat, there is nothing more important at PHSC than what happens in the classroom. Great teaching and real learning are our core work, around which all functions revolve. As a public state college, we constantly face in two directions. On one hand, we are looking at the approximately 850,000 residents of Pasco and Hernando counties and asking how we can serve their post-secondary education needs. On the other hand, we are looking at the many employers of our two counties and asking them how we can help meet their workforce needs. Our passion for great teaching and real learning will allow us to serve both individuals and industry effectively. I cannot fulfill PHSC's mission alone. No one sitting in this room can fulfill it alone. But we can fulfill our mission together and only together. Let me close with a personal and very important comment. As a Christian, I attempt to rely upon God for the strength, wisdom, love, and grace without which I cannot effectively serve as your president. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. The Scriptures admonish us to do this, and I strive to do so daily. Serving as president of this great institution is indeed a dream come true. It is the honor of a lifetime and a charge that I embrace daily with passion, focus, and love. To each one sitting here, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Transitioning just a bit, thank you very much. There is a special announcement that I would like to make at this time, first time publicly. Last summer, with financial support from the state of Florida, Pasco-Hernando State College launched the Nursing and Allied Health Advancement Institute, an initiative whereby we will work closely with the major healthcare providers in our region to better understand and begin to solve the healthcare workforce shortages that we are facing. We are grateful to have received monetary support and signed partnership agreements from several of the major hospitals in our area. But one organization has recently stepped up in support of the Institute in a very special way. Orlando Health has made a $500,000 commitment to PHSC to further this effort. We are so grateful to Orlando Health for this compelling demonstration of partnership. With us today is Joe De La Torre, Chief Executive Officer of Florida Medical Clinic Orlando Health and CEO of Orlando Health Wiregrass Ranch Hospital that is currently under construction within sight of PHSC's Porter campus at Wiregrass Ranch. Please join me once more in a round of applause for Orlando Health. Thank you.
It's really hard to imagine a better way to conclude our investiture ceremony than with such an amazing announcement of really transformational generosity. It is indeed an exciting time in PHSC's history as we continue to be the college of choice for students to transform their lives through credential to meet community needs. As a learning-centered institution under the leadership of Dr. Pisors, PHSC will continue its mission to provide excellent, affordable, and accessible education to enable students to achieve academic success, personal enrichment, and social and economic mobility. Nelson Mandela once said that education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. With a newly minted 5-year strategic plan and strong partners, we will advance this important work in education in this next chapter at PHSC with Dr. Pisors. It is my pleasure now to welcome Associate Pastor Margarita Romo, who works tirelessly through Resurrection House Mission in Dade City to improve the community surrounding our East Campus. Please stand now as she delivers the benediction.
What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day to be able to come before you, to be able to share this moment. It's hard for me to talk sometimes and I talk a lot. But it's hard sometimes when it's really serious. And I just wanted to share with you one little thing, and I'll try to make it quick. Pasco-Hernando Community College was where I came in 1979, and I was a single mom. My friend had to register me because I didn't even know how to do that. I didn't know anything, but I learned, and out of that came an organization, and it was founded at Pasco-Hernando Community College in 1979. And in 1982, it became a 501c3, and I didn't really know what that was. We did it. And we grew. And now, 40-something years later, thousands of people have come through our doors. And we have raised money to send our kids to Pasco-Hernando State College. We have kids now, I call them kids because I'm 88. We have kids that are now nurses, lots of them. We have professionals. We have people that have gone on from there to University of South Florida, doing all kinds of wonderful things. So I just wanted you to know that out of my ignorance of not knowing how to do anything, God blessed. God blessed, and I am so humbled by being here because there's so many people out there that could have been here, not me. And I say, why me, God, you know? Why me? But I want you to know that for all the young people here, don't stop. Keep going. God has something for you. None of us are here by accident. We are here because there's a reason he wants to use us. But we have to allow him, and we have to learn. He says, study to show thyself approved. So God wants us to learn. God wants us to be. There's a favorite psalm, and you've heard so many wonderful things. When I met President Jesse Pisors, it was like coming home. Somebody that I could talk to, somebody that knew me. And we come from Tommytown. It's a place where most people don't go. It's a very poor place. And it's full of all kinds of stuff. And we have to try to fix what we can. And the college is only a mile away. So my hope is that it's going to come to where we are, pulling it in. Okay, come on. We need education. Without education, the people perish. So we have to work more. There's always work. Always. And there's a psalm that I love. And I said to everybody, I would like to sing it because I like to sing. Not that I sing good, but I like to sing it. And it goes like this. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations. Praise God. God bless you. God bless this day. God give you strength and courage and wisdom and all that our president needs to continue to move forward. I heard the strategic plan. Wonderful. It's welcoming. They're saying the right words to bring us all in. And you know what? There is something I want to do. And because I think this is important, and God told me to do it.
Better do it then. Thank you, Pastor.
Y para todos los que hablan español, acuérdense que Dios es muy grande, muy fuerte y poderoso, y no hay nada que no puede hacer.
Thank you so much. Please remain standing as the platform party departs, followed by the recessional.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this momentous occasion, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for joining us here today in celebrating the investiture of Dr. Jesse Pisors as the 5th president of Pasco-Hernando State College. Now we invite you to continue the celebration and join us at the Bobcat Barbecue for great food, fellowship, and festivities. Thank you again for being part of this memorable day, and we look forward to seeing you there. Godspeed.